It was all Alright guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about Annihilation today. So for stats, what I run is about this right here. You can run less alacrity, however, like if you run down to like 2056 alacrity, like that's still above the 1.4 threshold, but I have better results with this as my stats, and the extra alacrity helps with your dot ticks too, so it's that's what I run. Berserker's Call, Dispatcher, Focus Ret, and Serendipitous Assault. So something that I think you should do, you don't have to do, is you can get this tactical, you can hit your cloak and then swap back, and you're generating rage. Even if you click this off, it'll still keep going. It's just free preparation, free damage. Why not take it, right? When it comes to the skill tree, you want to be running Draining Center for your Ren to do 4 times initial damage, which is insane. For parsing, Overwhelming Slashes, where you're Ravage whenever you have to use it when Dual Saber Throw is not there. You'll still get at least 1 rage, sometimes 2 if you're lucky. But anytime you're in raid, you should obviously be using Predation. Blood Wave, if there's going to be any sort of AoE that's going to be around. If you're a pure single target and for some reason you're fighting something that heals a little bit, Rupturing Rage is not bad. The only time I use Furious Power is right before I'm doing like a Perma Saber Parse and stuff like that. Other than that, it's always Bleeding Center. Always. So for this tier, I like running Steel Self. Like, you can run the other things too, but this one, in my opinion, is the best one. You get 30% AoE DR for using Bloodthirst, Cloak of Pain, or Predation, which is huge. So, especially when you have this every 30 seconds, and this is every minute, but, you know, depending what you spec up here, it can, you know, come back off cooldown faster. I like using Blood Ward, like, just in case. You can use Cloak of Retribution, like I was talking about for this tier. It's not bad, just this is my preference, and I feel like it's safer. For 68, all three of these are really good, especially depending on the fight. If you're doing gods and you're like on a Nahut doing a turret or something like that, and your team needs you to get a stun, you can take this, or you can use a stun grenade. But if you're helping with multiple turrets, it doesn't hurt to have both of them. Mad Dash, I like using it because it'll for mechanics like in TFB where the Dread Guards have their instant kill mechanic. If you don't do the Doom correctly or whatever, you could Mad Dash it if you do it at the right time and get right back into it without taking any circles. You can pretty much make some of those mechanics, you know, completely useless. But Undying Rage is always really good too. For Thirst, for this tier, I like taking Thirst for Rage, the 1% maximum heal every time you use an ability that consumes Rage, which you're going to be doing for every global cooldown. It's huge, especially over the course of a fight. This is okay too, but this is better in my opinion. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go over the normal rotation with you, just for some of the highlights of the rotation. It's not really a complicated rotation. So always start with Rupture, all that good stuff, and as you get to between 16 and 18 right here, you would hit your Deadly Saber and continue on, so that whenever you hit your Berserk window, you can apply your third stack, and you'll be having the maximum amount of Deadly Saber damage while you're getting your dot crits. So the other thing that to pay attention to is, you know, right here, I'm about to do that. I apply my third stack, and if Twin Saber or Dual Saber Throw is up, you use that. If it's not up, like it's most likely not going to be for this next part, well, I procced it, but you can use Ravage whenever Dual Saber Throw is not up. And you can really just keep going with this. Yeah, if you for some reason get your timing off and you don't do it right at 18 stacks, like you do it right here instead, there's one stack, you can either just do another global, or you can just, you know, just send it, you know, just do it. Like, it's, you're not gonna lose like a bunch of fucking damage or whatever, but this is optimal, right? Another thing to keep in mind is whenever you're doing your dot spreads and everything with your smash, you can sit here and spam Blood Wave over and over again, and that'll apply your stacks as well. But what you can also do is back up to Dual Saber Throw, and that will proc and reset Rupture on all the enemies, and you can go back to doing this. And you can just keep doing this on your main target. Do, you know, all kinds of shit, right? But as long as you keep Rupture on your main target, you know, you're gonna be fine. Some people like to tab, you know, do Rupture on this character, this enemy, and then there's an enemy right here, they tab here and spam Rupture, all the other good stuff. You can do that if you like, or you can use Dual Saber Throw to reset the dots. Or even if Rupture falls off, you're gonna end up spreading again anyways because of Force Rend. So the difference between the normal rotation and Perma Saber rotation is timing. So right now, like I hit my Deadly Saber right. If I did it right now, I would not be able to do the Perma Saber rotation. The main thing to do with this is, see right here, see now this is good, and before letting the other stack fall off, I hit it again, right? So now I have 3 stacks of Deadly Saber and 2 stacks right here. And so now, with the 3 stacks that fell off, I can hit Deadly Saber again, apply 3 stacks, and I still have 2 stacks left, right? And so when doing this, you don't wait for a certain amount of fury or anything like that. You just hit it because your goal is to keep this on there as much as possible. It's not like, you know, life-changing DPS or whatever, but every little bit counts for certain fights, right? Fights like Skyva for Ignite Core, you know, it's really good to be doing something like this if you can set it up. If not, you know, it's not the end of the world. You know, that's a DPS check for the raid, not just yourself. But see right here, apply 3rd stack, you know, just keep going. It's a normal rotation, you just keep your Deadly Saber up the entire time. And you don't wait for 18 stacks or whatever to get your Deadly Saber. You can still do the Blood Wave spam with this. You just do it like this instead. You know, keep all your stuff going and just keep going. But yeah, and that's really it for the Perma Saber. You don't have to do it. Nothing in this game requires you to be doing, you know, some try-hard stuff like that, but if you want to do it, it's there. The last thing I'll get into is adrenals. So I like crit adrenals. Generic rule of thumb that I think of with them from a friend of mine is that with crit adrenals, you're going to have higher highs and lower lows. Power adrenals are a lot more static, like you're not going to, you know, have the biggest difference between parses with power adrenals. The difference maker when it comes to using pretty much any of these adrenals is just your crit percentage and how that's going. Because you could do a normal rotation parse and still beat somebody who's doing Perma Saber just because you had way better crits than they did. And the thing is, though, is if you're doing Perma Saber and you have really good crits, you can hit 37k. I think number 1 world is right now is about 37k DPS. But yeah, that's really it. If there's any other questions or anything I missed, feel free to ask in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching. Bye.